Welcome. We've been here before, it's the World Cup, and this time we're winning. Most of that will probably depend on Kylian Mbappe though. He's 35, his physicals are still actually quite good, which just shows how insane he is, but this is it for him. Can he make it 3 World Cups? We have a mostly decent squad. Players like Marchand and Hien are exceptional, but we do have very weak areas too. We only really have one left back, and goalkeeper is certainly a question mark. We have Nigeria and Syria in our group, and the French FA expect the final at a minimum, so yeah, let's go. We are offered an interview by Schalke and Manchester City on the eve of the tournament, although City apparently have reservations about my complete failure to win silverware, which, come on, that's not exactly fair. We have won stuff, it was just 9 years ago. Anyway, Nigeria are up first, and we're going with our strongest 11 for this one. A bright start is rewarded with a penalty 24 minutes in, which Kylian Mbappe gratefully converts. Just before half-time, Samuel Chukwueze has a chance to equalise, but his effort hits the post. We make a blistering start to the second half to put the game to bed though, as Di Donati's good cross is headed in by Kepa Adebaro, and then Hien finishes at the near post to make it 3. Job done, very impressive start. I fully rotate the team for the game against Syria in a no doubt doomed attempt to help fitness later on in the tournament. It's another strong performance though. Solard plays a dangerous ball in, which is dispatched by Thibaut Shahiri midway through the first half, and then Alex Metzger makes it 2 from Malagusto's cross, before Gianfranco pops up into the box to fire home a third. Job done again. We top the group with no goals conceded. Austria are up next in the second round. The USA are probably the biggest group stage exit, and as the second round kicks off, it's a relief to see Colombia, who have knocked me out of the last 2 tournaments, have gone. We go back to the main lineup for the game against Austria. If this save has taught me anything, it's scored 2 goals early. An excellent move 16 minutes in eventually finds Ryan Aït-Nouri, who slides in Mbappe for a classy finish to give us the lead. 11 minutes later, Di Donato does some nice work on the right hand side, and his cross is put away by Kepa Adebaro for 2. Exactly what we needed. Now let's just not concede for the rest of the game. Immediately though, Austria come forwards, and despite some great defending, Yusuf Demir fires home a great strike to get them back into it. But then Aït-Nouri is again the provider, as his cross on the left is headed in by Marchand to restore a 2-goal cushion. Yusuf Demir is really good though, and he scores a ridiculous second on return to make it 3-2. And then a minute later they play a goal kick down, which Todibo completely misses, and Behrens equalises. I really hate this game. They switch to a flat back 5 and we bear down on goal, but no dice. Extra time. It's only the second round and we were 3-1 up. How on earth has this happened? A free kick from Hien is nodded in by Del Croy early on, and Austria have nothing left to give, especially when they go down to 10 men. We win 4-3, but that extra half hour will probably cost us the tournament. We get Peru in the third round. Why are there so many rounds these days? The biggest exit of the round is Euro and Nations League champions Germany though, a huge boost to our title ambitions. Brazil and England both make it through. Then out of nowhere, former side and reigning world champions Norway offer us the job during the World Cup. Mark Hughes has apparently retired, and upon further investigation he failed to even get them to qualify. Why on earth would they think I'd quit France mid-tournament? I have no idea. This makes no sense. I mean, I know they love me over there, but still. I really don't want to underestimate Peru, especially after what just happened, but I think this is probably a good chance to rotate a little bit. The front 3 could really benefit from a rest, so we'll risk it. I mean, where do I even begin with this? We have a great chance from kickoff as Hien races through but shoots wide. A dodgy pass from Peru allows Brachet to run in on goal, but the keeper makes a top class save. Just before the break, Peru think they've taken a shock lead, but luckily VAR rules it out, and at half time it's 0-0 somehow. In the second half we have several chances in one but still can't score. An excellent move finally sees the net bulge as Brachet scores, but his effort gets ruled out for offside as well. If anyone looks like they're going to score at this point, it's Peru, as Villanueva runs through and a brilliant save from Ilian Melia denies him. And it's extra time. Again. Gianfranco goes close initially before once again Melia pulls off an outstanding save to keep us in. I never even intended on playing him, but I dropped Lafont after his performance in the last game. Finally, 100 minutes in, some patient play from Di Donato and Solard flicks in a hobbling Brachet to finally break the deadlock for real. We hold on for another extra time win. Those 2 matches should really not have been that difficult. And now we have Chile in the quarter-final, another team for us to underestimate. Spain knock England out in quarter-final 1, and Argentina defeat Brazil, which is fine by me, they can suck it. But as we play Chile, we'll be taking no risks this time. Just everyone please play well and don't get injured and win. Is that too much to ask for? Well, the players ignore the first 2 things. We take an early lead as a slick move sees Gianfranco slip in Adebaro to score, but then obviously we concede immediately as Chile's free kick is slammed in by Steinman. Then Marchand and Annabaro, despite being rested in the previous game, both decide to get injured. Todibo then hits the post just before half time as well, and once again we are not winning. The second half is without event until the 80th minute as Kylian Mbappe fires home a brilliant free kick to give us the lead. But then obviously Chile attack for only the second time in a highlight all game, and Medel scores because Aït-Nouri decides to just not pay attention, and I'm really sick of this. It's extra time. Again. Like, can we just look at the stats for a second? How in the hell is this 2-2? Everybody is absolutely dead on their feet, but Mbappe shoots from distance, his effort is spilled, Brachet keeps it in, and Shahiri is able to fire home to restore our lead for the third time. I go defensive and we hold on for another win. I have no idea how we're still in this, and at the same time I'm furious we've been taken to extra time by 3 inferior sides. We've somehow scraped through to the semi-finals though, and it's Argentina. Italy beat Mexico in the other quarter-final. The team is looking absolutely awful for this. Di Donato is suspended, Marchand is injured, and Shahiri has somehow picked up a virus, so with Annabaro also not fit, Mbappe is going up front. They have, of course, had a day's extra rest than us, so I can only assume they'll all be magically fit, but all we can do is try. We have the first chance as Brachet fires wide. Melia is then forced into a save from a swerving effort from Sanchez, but we then work a nice chance as Soulard finds Metzger to score yet another headed goal. Most of our players are playing terribly though, or about to keel over, so an equaliser feels inevitable. And sure enough it comes as the corner is cleared and Perez is not stopped by anyone and then embarrasses Melia with this chip. Truly awful. We have chances to retake the lead, but it's extra time once again. Seriously, at this point I'd rather we just lost in normal time just so this misery would be over. Soulard nearly scores a free kick, but no deal. He goes close again as well, but the fate we've avoided for 3 rounds can't be spared in the 4th. It's penalties. I have of course subbed Mbappe, so who knows how this will go. I mean, ridiculously, you could probably work that one out. Sosic scores for Argentina, Franco sees his efforts saved, Melia then saves their second penalty, Todibo then blazes wide, Melia saves again, Metzger then has his effort saved, and I have no idea what is happening. Can we please just score a penalty? Monafo then misses, Agorne finally scores one for us. They score again though, and it's up to Annabaro to keep us in, which he does. We go to sudden death after some truly atrocious penalties from everyone involved. Aquino scores for Argentina, and then Delcroix's effort is the worst penalty ever seen, and we're out. Oh, for goodness sake. You know what? International football is terrible. It's irredeemable. I hope we're not getting sacked for that, because what more could we have done? Injuries, suspensions, blind, ridiculous AI luck. I really don't know. Spain beat Italy, so at least it won't be one of our former teams winning this time. Magically, everyone is fit for the 3rd place playoff. A beautifully weighted pass from Mbappe allows Annabaro to open the scoring. It of course doesn't last long though, as Luigi Martina crosses for Granelli to equalise midway through the second half. We have a chance to win it late on, but Todibo's effort hits the bar. That's actually the 3rd time we've hit the woodwork today. But it's extra time, again. Obviously, every single game. Has that ever happened to anyone in a tournament? Nothing happens in it though, so it's penalties once more, which went so well last time of course. At least Mbappe's on the pitch this time though, and he's hit the post. Are you actually kidding me? I am out of here. I'm done. Oh look, we've missed 3 penalties and they've won. Wouldn't you know it? We've had 22 shots and a 2.53 XG there, and we haven't won. I don't even know what to say anymore, except that I hate this game, I hate this save, I hate how terribly international football is programmed into the game, and I hate the fact that I'm addicted and I still have to see it through. I mean, I think it's a little bit harsh to say that finishing 4th in the World Cup is a poor showing, but there we go. Spain win the final, and the French FA don't actually sack us. I mean, I'm surprised, but it would have been a little bit harsh. So, on to the Euros. I don't actually know. This team has a lot of issues, and as soon as Mbappe goes, which is going to be any day now, I think it might be downhill. And the Australia job is available again. 8 years ago, we turned it down in order to go to Italy, beginning a near decade of, well, failure. Their squad looks good. They've got 2 players valued at 60 million plus. The Asian Cup is right around the corner, and I want to actually win something that we need. I want to win anything. As absurd as it might seem to walk out on France to go and take charge of Australia, I think it might be time for us to go to the land down under.